This is a short note, but it's there's a lot going on. You see both cursive, there's a little break of cursive writing on well before, and some other things. So let's get in. The spacing on the page is exuberant, right? He's going right to the edges. The bass line that he's keeping there, it's a wavy bass line. It's sort of, the words are going up, and then they go back to the bass line, and then each word rises a little bit. That's typical of excitement and a person who's moody and flexible. The I that's crossed out, the very first one, it's a printed I, but it's mixed with cursive. The L's that are crossed out were cursive, and that's a desire to stand out. Typically, I is a it's the personal pronoun. So then we've got a large K, extra large K, that's typical of a person who's rebellious. The vertical slant, it's almost straight up and down. There's only a little bit of slant to the right at the tops of the letters, and that's a person with dry wit and who can be emotionally kind of cool. He's got 3 different versions of G. Oh, and then there's gonna, and so there's 4, and none of these G's would match each other. So we'll go through kind of an order. On song, that one that looks like a 9, that is always held to be a person that's critical and who will judge. It's also thought to indicate math skills, and a person who's using, who's judging, but using good judgment. They're using rationale. They're sort of mathematically putting facts together, and that certainly fits with this song. There's all the how many's. A G should hook to the right of the page at the bottom, and he's not doing that. He's stopping it. Same thing with the S. The S won't even break the center line of its own character. So the G's that are stunted like that is taken to be a sign of some inhibition of sexuality, some type of uncomfortable feelings around sex in general. Well before stands out. It's in cursive. It looks almost nothing like the rest of the handwriting. And when I first looked at this, I thought that possibly a second person might have written that, because it is so different. The L's are more open. The tops of the L's have that loop. It's got an openness that you don't see in his T's when he's printing. Even though he's retracing, like the T at the end of the word start, he's retraced that to come down, but he's kept it right on top of itself. Same for the D and the word hard. I'm not entirely sure what to make of that. I don't think it's another person writing. I think this is all Dylan, and it's just his mind switching back and forth between 2 or 3 different modes. This reads like he knew the second line. It was already in his head, and then he's composing the first line. He knows where he wants to go. Is hard rain going to fall? But on the first one, he's debating with himself. Is it me? Is it you? What sort of fits with the rhythm of the where the lyrics have to land in the song. And then on his signature is always how you want to present yourself to the world. It's also very a repetitive gesture, so there's some muscle memory involved, and people are told to try to be consistent in their signature, that your signature is supposed to be recognizable. And I haven't seen, off the top of my head, I don't remember other Bob Dylan signatures, but this one, the really only thing of note in particular is the lower part of the Y, and he's completely retracing the bottom of that thing, or he's coming the return stroke, the upstroke is on the right, or completely overlapping that Y, and that again is sexual frustration. It's always taken as a sign that the person is is either uptight about sex, or has some type, or is not having sex at the moment. It could also be in the form of this. If he was writing that, I don't think this is the case, but if somebody asked for an autograph and he signed it that way, it could be taken as a sign that, he's being guarded about. He's going to give you his autograph, which would be good luck with that one from Dylan. But if I saw that in the signature, it could be a sign that he's particularly not sexually interested in whoever he's giving this signature to. So, lots to chew on for this one.